Well, good day, viewers, and welcome to the Sport Wrap Show. I'm your host, Brian Monango, updating you on the latest sports news. It's almost independence, it's almost inauguration day, and Namibia is buzzing and everyone is excited. And we look forward to a very exciting weekend. I know it's only Wednesday, but there's a lot of sports to look forward to. And with that being said, let's get right into the hit list. Well, all the attention in Windhoek today will be at the NFA Soccer House, where we will be having the launch of the documentary called Beyond the Goalpost. Well, this documentary focuses on Aero Ladies football team. It's been shot for over 6 months, where they just dive into the lives of females in football. And we do have a trailer for you. After the trailer, we'll hear from the director herself, Otilia Munguba. She'll be giving us more detail as to what the documentary is all about. But for you guys to know more about this, please do stay tuned as we have a look at the trailer.
I hope you're ready for today's match. I hope you're ready for the opponent. Take out your A game. Keep them on their toes. Press the defenders. Focus on positioning. Let's fight together. Have a target. Keep your position. Do not give them space. We need to work hard. Attack, attack, defend, defend arrows.
Up that name and what does that name tell? What does it tell? A story itself, or just tell us more information about the name of the show?
In filmmaking, they really discourage us from going for beyond or on the tip of the nose when it comes to titling. But really, we wanted really a title that really spoke to the content matter, but then also encompasses what the magic or the impact we wanted the story to tell. So literally, beyond the goalpost is what the story is about. The individuals that are on the soccer pitch, their lives, what influences them to be soccer players, what their trials are, what their tribulations are, what their dreams are, what really make them people beyond the goalpost or beyond the soccer pitch. Hence the name Beyond the Goalpost.
Well, that's a beautiful name. I think I spoke to the two players that came to be with us on the show, and they gave us more info on what we can expect for Wednesday. But hearing it from your side, for viewers that are going to be there on Wednesday, be there tomorrow, what can they expect with Beyond the Goalpost? What are we in for, if I may ask?
Filmmaking really, essentially, is really to tell a story, but then also to teach. Basically, those two things. For people to come through to learn something new, to gain more insight on about women's football in Namibia. I think a lot of things are being swept under the carpet when it comes to the administration of soccer in Namibia, not only for men, but also for women. And then, of course, a lot of sensitive issues will be brought to the surface about what women go through as sports women, whether it's getting gear, whether it's being paid, how they need to remain fit. And then, of course, family, disparities are also being addressed there as well. So really, it's a mixed masala with a lekker kapana spice of storytelling. Plus, it's also different. A lot of the work that I do is data-driven. So I spent a lot of time with the players, I think 4 weeks to 6 weeks before actually we started shooting. So we really get to see the personalities around it, but it is really shot as a research piece, which is the nice thing, and that really is signature to the work that I do.
Okay. Look, you've been in the film industry for a while. Tell us, how often have you worked on sports projects before? Is this your first? Is this just something that you're adding to your catalog? Yeah, just tell us more about how it was for you, if it's a first, working on a sports project like this.
It's really about adding it to my catalog.
Okay.
I think I'm being very strategic about the stories that I'm telling, and really just talking about my diversity and my skill set as a storyteller. I used to produce a show called Offside.
Okay.
And I produced it like for 2 years, but only on a technical basis. So sports and myself, I really don't know why I'm just not harnessing what it means, what it entails.
Yeah.
But for me, it's really about the individuals around the code. So that's where the fascination really came in. And the ideas and the conceptions that I've worked away from the production has really been surprising. Soccer women, women that play soccer,
Yeah.
are very feminine. They're very kind. They're very nurturing. There is a big sisterhood following in the fraternity. These women look out for each other. These women comfort each other. These women are their home away from home. So I think that's one of the walkaways, like for me as a storyteller. Will I go back to doing sports? Probably so.
Okay, that's a good
Yeah,
answer.
probably so.
Okay, well, I'm very excited to see it, knowing that you were the one that was heavily involved with it, because sports is basically what I live for, what I love, and what our department thrives on. Speaking of the film, tell us the documentary. What is your favorite part of it? What do you think during the whole shooting scenes and everything? Which part was it? Which part hit you the most? And you're like, okay, this could I could do this again.
Um, you've got different phases of production: pre-production, in the research, production, and post-production, when the magic comes together. I think in post-production, I really got hit by some of the personal stories.
Okay.
I had to take 2 or 3 days off from editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, now
Yeah.
we can't wait
Yeah,
to
so
see
it's
that.
not probably so emotional for many people.
Yeah.
But the part where women have to resort to other things to stop their menstrual cycle, so that they can play soccer. And many football players not being able to afford sanitary pads or cosmetics,
Yeah.
or toiletries for that matter. So you might see this woman who has got a full kit when she's on the pitch,
Yeah.
but when she goes to the locker room and changes, she's wearing stuff that I hand down, and the conditions that they live in. Imagine somebody coming all the way from Okahanya Park to come play soccer in Central Karatura. That person doesn't even know how they're getting back home. They leave like their home like at 7 p.m., 7 a.m. They leave their home at 7 a.m. so that they can get to the field like at 8, 9. And then they only get back to the shanty town around 9 or 10 in the evening. And this person doesn't even know where their next meal is coming from. So if they're going to eat at the soccer match, that's their meal for the day. So if they have games that are out of town, that pocket money that they get, many of the soccer players take that pocket money and leave it with their loved ones in Windhoek. And the hopeful thing is that you've got soccer players who play for Arrows Ladies Football Club, but they're not based in Windhoek. So there's hope, again, of the decentralization of the sport. I think something that you're familiar with.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are one of the challenges, really. And we really take governance issue. We really question as to, guys, why are the soccer fields looking the way they are? Why are people being, residing at soccer fields?
Yeah.
Why is the league teams getting such little money? So really, it also talks about the question of answerability, or rather accountability for the fraternity today and tomorrow.
Sure. My cameraman listening to this, I'm sure he's gonna love watching the documentary. I'm very excited myself, looking forward to being there. Just give us more details as to when and where all of this is happening.
Right. So we're looking forward to seeing everyone. If you can't make it, we're putting a plan in place where people can come and watch the documentary when the teams are playing. So if the team is going to Walfish Bay, they're going to take the documentary with them. They go to the north. So it's going to be a traveling documentary. So NFA has availed the auditorium or the hall for us.
Okay.
So it's tomorrow, or it's rather the 19th of March, 18:30, 6:30 p.m. The stipend at the gate is $30, which goes to buying sanitary pads and cosmetic packs for women in soccer.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited, Otilia. Tutu, we can't wait to actually be there and witness the wonderful documentary that you guys came up with. Anything else you'd like to leave the viewers with before we let you go?
Well, I think this is also a platform how relations are built. So when people have just a mere interest in storytelling or in sports or just in people, And people are always complaining, yeah, there's nothing happening in the creative sector. You've got concerts and whatever happening and Sunday sessions and whatnot. But this is a nice platform to come meet, mingle, and really and do networking, because there'll be people from the industry as well. And so I'm also encouraging parents to bring their kids who are interested in playing soccer, especially the girl child that is interested in playing soccer, for them to come through and really just watch and really get a whole type of encompassed view as to what it actually is to be a female football player.
Okay, well, you guys have heard it from the lady herself. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so
we
much
look
for
forward
having
to
me.
Seeing you on the 19th, 6:30.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. And guys, you heard it, 6:30, NFA House. We'll see you there.
So then.
Okay, well, that's a very, very heartwarming story, and we are all very excited for tonight. Hopefully, I will be seeing you guys there to watch the documentary Beyond the Goal Post. With a few of the things that Tutu Otilia mentioned about the documentary, I don't think I would want to miss it, so I'll definitely make sure to be there. And then moving on, we have another football story, but this one is now not a documentary. Well, this is real life. Looking at tomorrow, we have the Brave Warriors that will be taking on Malawi in their first match of the qualifiers tomorrow against Malawi, and then they have another match against Equatorial Guinea. So we do have some footage of them warming up, so please just sit back and enjoy. Fast guys, they're begging his end. Come down, begging his end up. Eta Daina. One. Konganda.
That ever stopped us.
Fast guys, they're begging his end. Come down, begging his end up. Eta Daina. Well, it's a daunting task that awaits the brave warriors in their attempt to qualify for the first ever World Cup, and we are behind the team and hopeful that they will get over that line. But it is definitely still a long, long way to go, and it's going to be tougher and tougher. Well, we'll be going for a short break, and then we'll be back with the spotlight.
Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go. Go. Feel like I should go. Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go. Feel like I should go.
Well, the Namibia Motorsport Federation re-elected Daniel Chongarero as their president once again. And today he was here at our headquarters. He joined us and he had a wonderful chat with Iriana Marie. So please do stay tuned for that chat.
Joining us now is Daniel Chongarero, the president of the Namibia Motorsport Federation. Daniel, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you? Thanks for having me on board.
So you have been, I believe, re-elected for what is supposed to be your final term as the president
Most
of the
likely,
NMSF.
yes. That is
How
correct.
are you feeling about what you've done, what you are yet to do in your final term?
Excited in terms of what we want to just roll out and finalize for the year, for the term. Proud for what we were able to achieve to date. I think we've
Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go. Go. Feel like I should go. Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go. Feel like I should go.
Well, viewers, would like to apologize for the inconvenience of the video as it just gave us a few issues, but definitely we will be playing it for you guys soon again, and you guys can also catch it on our social media platforms. But for now, we get to chatting with Ariel Khat.
Good day, everyone. Time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's the Miami Open that will continue on the WTA and the ATP Tour. Men's and women's tour, the top seeds will mostly be in action from Friday and Saturday onwards. And also news from the tennis world is that the Professional Tennis Players Association has filed papers against the World Tennis, against the WTA and the ATP. In brief, what it means is that one of the co-founders is Novak Djokovic, and the Professional Tennis Players Association said they filed papers in the USA, in New York, and they seek a jury trial. And what they want to achieve is more control. They say they have limited control over their careers, so that's talking on behalf of the tennis players. They say it's over their careers, over the brands they represent, and also the compensation that they get from tournaments. So the WTA and the ATP, representing men's and women's tennis, say they will challenge this. So that's all still happening in courts in the USA. On to rugby news. The Six Nations is done, and it is France that won the Six Nations, but it is Georgia that's applied to the organisers of the Six Nations and say that they feel that they qualify for a promotion relegation game against Wales. Wales had a dismal season, the last two seasons actually, and they finished last in the tournament. And it is Georgia, through their coach Richard Cockrell, that said that they earned the right to play Wales in the promotion relegation, but it will probably not happen. The organisers of the Six Nations didn't indicate anything like that. And the reason for Georgia asking for that is that Georgia actually beat Wales in Cardiff in 2022. It was Wales that won a World Cup game against Georgia in 2023 in France. But at the moment, it's Georgia 11th on the world rankings, and Wales slipped down to number 12 in the world rankings, their worst position ever in their history. They've lost 17 games on the trot. To close off today's international sports news, it is golf news related to Rory McIlroy that just won the Players' Championship the past weekend. He's aiming for the number one spot in the world, currently Scotty Scheffler in that position. But more important for Rory McIlroy, he's aiming at the Masters. He's won 3 of the majors already. Rory McIlroy trying to win the Masters, to win the Grand Slam. Only a few selected players like Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and also Tiger Woods have won all 4 majors in their career, so it's very difficult to do. What's happening next? It is first the Valspar tournament, then it's the Houston Open and also the Texan Open, and then it will be the Masters in April. It's the 10th to the 13th of April. It will be the Masters, and definitely Rory McIlroy will be one of the favorites in that tournament. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Always a pleasure hearing from Ari. Well, before I do leave you guys, we'll be playing you the video of the head coach of the Namibian Futsal Gladiator 5 team that have been selected to represent Namibia at the Women AFCON Futsal competition. So stay tuned for Donavald Modise. So we are joined by the head coach of the first national futsal team that'll be taking part in the AFCON games, of course. Coach, tell us, how excited are you for this journey? I mean, it's the first of its kind. How big is this for Namibian football?
It's very big. It's quite a milestone for us. I'm very impressed with the ladies. They've adapted very well to the futsal and the game itself. They take well to the tactics. They listen and they do everything as expected.
Okay, as it is the first team that's going to take part in this competition, what are your expectations? I mean, we can't put a lot of these girls at the same time, although we are competing on an international scale, but what are your expectations from these girls? I mean, a few of them are debuting in the team in this competition. So yeah, tell us a bit about that.
What I would say is the girls have taken well to every tactic that I've given them. All they can go and do is play to the best of their abilities and give Morocco a run for their money, as Cameroon as well.
Okay, now tell us a bit about the teams that we are facing and we are in the group. Preparations-wise, before those games kickstart, how does that look for you guys?
As for in our group, Morocco has been doing futsal for now 7 years. Cameroon also had to put up a new team, so I say we have quite a chance to get far because we have to play each 3 games, because it's also ranking games, as you have maybe heard, whereby irregardless of you getting out of the group, you still play 1 more game for the countries to be ranked.
Okay, now if we look at preparations-wise, any friendlies before the matches?
Yes, we are going to have 2 friendlies in Morocco. It will be the top-tier clubs, as I mentioned. We don't have the names as of yet, but the 2 friendlies are for sure on the trial lines.
Okay, before I let you go, confidence-wise, how confident are you in the girls that you've selected to represent Namibia?
I'm very confident in them. They've shown quite an exceptional amount of taking in information. They play very well. If you are lucky, you can come watch them train a bit. You will be impressed. They have taken very well to the futsal rules.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time and good luck, coach.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time that we do have for you. Please do make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll definitely have that video for you with Daniel Chongarero and Irina Marie. But from me, Brian Munango, it is goodbye.